Hey everyone, it's me again. Did you miss me? Well, I hope not, because if you did, you're like freakishly close to being like a crazy stalker. So simmer it down a little bit and we can get through this, okay? You'll be fine. Anyhow, I wanted to do a little update, let you know how I'm doing, and a little bit on a couple other videos that I'm planning on making before I head out onto the Appalachian Trail. First of all, I wanted to show you a couple items that I wanted to include in the clothing and gear video that I mentioned, but I did not have at the time. First of all, the AT guide. Okay, I got 2016 Northbound. I also got the Thru-Hiker's Companion. I'm reading through them a little bit, and I'm going to decide which one I'm going to take, or who knows, maybe both, but I don't know yet. Let me read through them and figure that out first. As far as I mentioned, my hat. I got a beanie hat. There we go. Awesome. Oh, there it is. A little crooked, sorry. I think now it's on straight. I don't know. Anyhow, there's the hat. I also got some nice gloves, which are Polartec gloves from Burton. A little more expensive than what I'm used to buying, but they keep my hands warm, so that's what counts. Also, I mentioned a rain poncho. Well, I had to scratch that, because when I got to the rain poncho, it was a bit holey and tattered, torn, and just, I don't really think would keep the water off me. So I had to replace it, and I went and got me Frog Tog's jacket. The hood, of course, comes right out of the collar. And I want a rain kilt, because the reason I want a kilt instead of rain pants is the kilt breathes a little more, you don't feel so stuffy. And you just really don't sweat as bad in them. So, yeah, finding a rain kilt in northern Indiana, not gonna happen. If anyone knows of a place in northern Indiana that sells rain kilts, please let me know, but I don't know of any. So I might very well, I'm considering making my own rain kilt, and we'll see how that goes. If it goes great, I'll do a video, let you know how I made it. If it doesn't go so well, then I'll just keep it a little secret to myself. So that's kind of as far as the gear is concerned. Slight little change in plans too. I originally was going to start the trail on the 2nd of March. It looked like it's going to be sooner than that. The reason being was I had planned on taking the train, and well, come to find out, I found a means of transportation, shall we say, that is faster and cheaper, and I'll be able to leave 2 days earlier. So I'll be starting the trail either the 29th of February or the 1st of March. So it'll be really cool if Leap Day becomes my leap day. But we'll see. Possibly the 29th of February, but most definitely, if not, then the 1st of March will be my start date on the trail itself. So that's awesome. As far as videos that I plan on doing, I want to do a little video because a lot of people are constantly asking me, are you afraid of this on the trail? Are you afraid of this on the trail? And usually the things they ask me about, my answer is, no, I'm not afraid of that. And so I want to do a video where I kind of talk about what I look forward to on the trail, as well as what are my fears on the trail. So watch out for that video. That'll probably be one video, but if it drags too long, I'll break that one down into two. Let's see. I'm planning on, I've been doing some practice hikes. I did get me a next book, and I might very well do my videos, my actual trail videos on that, because it's easier to upload them to YouTube than with this camera. So I'll still bring this camera because it takes much better pictures, and I'll do some additional videos which I'll post later when I get home or if I actually get a chance. So, but I did get me a next book for the purpose of doing some trail videos on that. Like I said, it's just way easier to use. And so I wanted to practice with that. And so one of my practice hikes coming up I want to do out at Potawatomi Wildlife Park, which if you remember the Y video in the end when I'm kind of walking away through the pine trees, and several other pictures in the Y video in fact too. A lot of those were taken out at Potawatomi Wildlife Park, which is in Tippecanoe, Indiana. And so I want to do practice hiking with the pack and kind of doing the whole film thing with that, and kind of get a practice with using that camera and see how that turns out. So watch out for that one. That'll be coming in late February. Also, I want to do a question and answer video with all of y'all. I've been getting a lot of questions. Usually people come up to me who know I'm hiking the trail, and they'll ask me about this, that, these, and those. And actually a lot of good questions that I know a lot of people want to know the answer to, but they're too afraid to ask because they're afraid it's a dumb question. For example, one person actually asked me, what about food? How are you going to carry that enough food to last you for 6 months? And then I was able to explain, trail towns and resupply. And so, there's a lot of questions like that people have that they're afraid to ask because they don't want to look dumb or something, or they don't want to ask a dumb question. So I want to do a question answer where I'll have some of the questions that people have asked me before. I'll kind of answer those. I'll make a list of them all. And I also want to know what your questions are out there in YouTube world, because I know I got a lot of people who are hiking this year who I've never met before. If you got any questions about myself, feel free to ask. I've got a lot of friends on Facebook who don't know much about the Appalachian Trail. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So if you could please, in the comments at the bottom of the video, right down here, go ahead and leave your questions there, and I will answer them in my question answer video, which I'm hoping to get that up sometime. I'm hoping the first week of February. So that gives you about a week or so to get those questions, and don't make them too hard, okay? And also, if I know there's kids who are in school, don't ask me your test questions and your homework questions on there, because don't cheat like that. Besides, you have to pay me for those answers. Anyhow, so that being said, all your questions, put them down there, and I'll try to answer them in that question answer video. So those are kind of what you have to look forward to over the next, during February. There might be a couple check-in videos so I can let you know any updates on, if I ended up getting new gear or something. I might do some update videos, but don't count too much on those. I am planning on possibly uploading a video once I get down there, so you all know I'm here. Once I get down to Atlanta or Gainesville, or possibly to a hostel down there, so I'm there, and you kind of know I'm actually leaving on the trail now, and you might not hear from me for a little bit. So anyhow, so that's kind of how it's going to work. As far as me personally, how I'm doing great. I'm really excited to, I've been trying for 4 years to get out there on this trail. And every year money was an issue. The money was the main issue. The first couple of years I didn't have all the right gear either, Last year I was pretty close with the gear, but very little money. And this year, finally, everything came together. And so I'm really excited because, I had been planning and planning and planning, and now all of a sudden it's switching gears. There's not much planning anymore. It's executing the plans. So I'm really excited about that. Also a little nervous, a little anxious. I have to admit to that because anytime you do something new like this, it's causes a little anxiety. So as far as what I do to alleviate that anxiety, I use it in my favor. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Whenever I'm feeling anxious about the trail or nervous, I think about, okay, what's the underlying question that's making me nervous? And then I just go do more research to answer that question or alleviate that concern. And it actually helps me prepare better, I think. So I'm kind of grateful I have a little bit of nerves and anxiety, because like I said, anytime you're trying something new like this, you're going to get anxious. Now I know some of you might say, but Roy, you've been camping before, you've been hiking before, you've been backpacking before. Yeah, but not like this. Okay, I've never done a multiple month journey. So, and I've never done this many miles, and so yeah, this is different than anything I've ever done, and I'm grateful for that, so that's kind of how I'm doing, how I'm feeling. So any questions you have, be sure to put them down in the comments. I'll answer those in a video, like I said, sometime in the beginning of February, and also watch out for those other videos that I'll try to film and get out as soon as I can, and I will catch you all later. Okay, bye-bye.